Hey, happy Friday. Welcome to the 3 Things I Learned, Saas, Sports, Tech, and Live Events. We're going to talk a little bit about startups and the record amount of money and the record amount of participants that are in them right now. Now, we've said in the past that when you're running east looking for a sunset, the first person to turn around wins, and that's applicable to what we're talking about here. What many don't understand is with so many more participants on the investment side and so many more businesses coming in, there's not room for a lot more winners. Yes, there will be more winners than we've seen historically, but we are going to see a historic and catastrophic number of losers as people are very comfortable with investing in 18 businesses and just seeing 2 to 3 of them be major winners. So what does this mean for you when you're running a business? And what does it mean for you when you're looking at careers? It makes it really difficult to stick to your guns. Talent gets harder to find because there's more startup money out there trying to go and find employees that would be willing to join a startup. Instead of there being 25 competitors, there's 75, and you get tempted to lower your bar. You can never do that. When you start bidding on customers, you start to consider maybe lowering the price because sometimes that short-term win and that short-term adrenaline rush seems like it's going to be nice. You start calling your competitors customers and trying to undercut them. Things that we always considered back in 2007, 8, and 9. But where's that going to get you? You're going to end up with a bunch of customers underpaying you and other customers who you don't really know if you can trust are looking out for what's best for the industry because they already left somebody else. It's kind of like when you get that pretty guy or girl, you pry them away from the boyfriend or girlfriend and then realize, what if they do that to me next? Don't forget what Warren Buffett said. In just about anything, there's the innovators, then the imitators, then the idiots. And it's become very sexy to be in startup tech, to be an entrepreneur, to be an investor. But it hasn't been around that long, just a few decades. I think we went through our innovator stage. There's a book that says as much. I think we went through an imitator stage. We saw some imitators make some good money. It might be at the idiot stage, both on the startup side, with the staff side, and with the investors. So make very sure that you're not running east looking for that sunset. And if you are, turn around quickly. It's going to be hard to do in the short run, but it's a major competitive advantage. That's number 1. Number 2, and this one makes me laugh. A number of years ago, Rihanna sued her financial advisor and went on the stand. This was one of the testimonies. Was it really necessary to tell her that if you spend money on things, you will end up with the things and not the money? Yes. The short answer is yes. In the psychology of money, the writer talks a lot about a number of studies that they have that show how people behave when they come into a windfall. Not something that's grown shortly, but whether they win the lottery, they inherit some money, or they get money through a raise. And all of a sudden, fiscal prudence goes out the window. They start running east looking for a sunset, spending more money than they should and know they should. And there's a lot of psychological reasons that we do this. A terrific understanding for why a number of startups piss all that money away. So know that, take a step back, and know that if you spend money on things, you're going to end up with those things. So they better make you some money. That's number 2. Number 3, which I really enjoyed, is a good piece of prose written by Peggy Noonan in the Wall Street Journal. You don't have to make a great show of determination if you're really determined. You just have to be who you are. I'll give an example and then talk about how this applies to startup life and our careers going forward. It's really important when we're going through the interview process with people that are going to join our team that we understand who they are, and when they are who they are, if that determination will show. We had a gentleman that we interviewed who had been bouncing around from position to position. He had applied with us about a year prior, and we were concerned about that. So we had a couple of conversations, and we got an answer that I'm sure he gives every company that he looks at. And so we stopped and thought the answers weren't very authentic. Let's wait it out a week, maybe 2 weeks. It's probably going to take another job. This isn't about actually trying to come here. It's more likely just about trying to leave the place he currently is. Sure enough, we waited 2 weeks, took another job. So though the story was, I'm not looking to leave, I'm not looking for something else, I am just talking to you guys, it wasn't authentic, and that determination didn't show through. When we're talking to our board, when we're talking to our investors, when we're talking to our partners, it's not important to put on a show of our determination. Our determination will show in our actions. It'll show in how we discuss what we're doing, how we're building the team, and in the outcomes that we have, whether those are positive or negative. What a wonderful quote by Peggy Noonan. That's it for this week on the 3 Things. Hopefully we'll see you next week.